Okay, I have to tell you guys, every time I see a TechCrunch headline where Casper or Purple or these mattress companies are raising tons of money, I'm going, how are they getting so rich? It's like a mattress. I want in. We're here today in LA, and we're gonna meet with one of the CEOs of those companies. His name is David. The company is called Luxy Sleep. My hope is I'm gonna go in, see the manufacturing plant, meet him in person, and maybe do a big deal at the end. But as you guys know, it's my checkbook, my money, and my rules. If I can't get a deal that I like, I'll walk right back out. Let's see if we can get a deal done. Are you David?
Yes, I am.
How are you? The podcast is a hit, but you look a little different in person. It's nice to meet you.
I'm really excited to have met up with someone that's got the kind of profile that he has and the contribution that he's making to us all.
Tell us about what the brand name is. So what's it called? It's Luxy, right?
Yeah, Luxy.
Luxy.
And we've got two products that we are involved with primarily. One is an adjustable mattress. We refer to it as the 3-in-1 adjustable Luxy. And that's the product that we started with here about 2 years ago.
And give me a general sense of where it's at today. So how many units are you shipping or selling per month, would you say?
We're shipping on a weekly basis, maybe about anywhere between 50 and low end to 200 on the high end.
50 to 200 per week.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty healthy. I mean, not
there.
Not massive, but healthy.
Not there. The volume that of product that's being moved in this segment, which I refer to it as the segment, the online bed-in-the-box segment, those are small numbers.
Okay. Past 12 months, how many mattresses have you sold, and what does that equate to in terms of revenue?
Well, you asked me these questions the other day. We're tracking on 5 million.
That was on the podcast.
We were tracking on about 5 million for this year in sales. And
you're on track for that.
And we are, and over the last 2 years, we've produced about, I think, Luxy 3-in-1 adjustable is about 7,000.
7,000 units. Ship internationally?
No, only in the U.S. and Canada.
U.S. and Canada.
Yeah,
okay.
We will ship Puerto Rico and Hawaii, so we have some extra projects that we handle that are not continental United States, but really internationally, only Canada.
So I have to be honest with you. When I look at this, I go, holy, this is like when I was like a child and I had a pillow fight. This is what my living room looked like when I was done. How many people would typically be working like in this space or this machine?
One.
Oh, just one person.
He runs 2 machines.
One person runs 2 machines. Wow, okay. I'm looking at all this, there seems like there's 7,000 different parts of this that could go wrong. And so how many people, when you're at like max capacity, when you're producing 200 mattresses a week, how many people will be in here in a shift?
In the sewing area, anywhere between 8 to 12,
okay,
I'd say.
And what about all together, the whole operation?
Double that.
Okay, so 24. A lot of storage. This stuff is big, huh?
Now we're into the part of the facility where the foam fabrication takes place.
So is this Luxy?
Yes, it very likely is. This is what I refer to as bun stock. The components of the mattress, the foam pieces, all come in a bun format.
So we're gonna walk over, this is the finished product over here, right, David?
Yes, it is.
And this is the, what size, twin, queen?
This is a Twin XL Luxy 3-in-1 adjustable mattress. Let me show you real quick kind of what's special about it. The top surface is very unique in the way it looks. We didn't design it to look any particular way. It's the result of function that we designed for in the area of fire protection and fire safety. The inside of the mattress contains an element and a base, and we can manipulate the element and the base to create 3 different feels. If we bring the base on top, it's firm. If we leave it like this, it's medium. And if we flip it over, then it's a soft setting.
And this is your unique technology. It's the way you cut.
We refer to this as support balancing technology. It lets us get the same kind of pressure management out of about 3 or 4 inches of material that you'd otherwise have to be 6 inches thick, without the problems inherent in that, which is that's really too non-supportive. Soft enough, but not supportive. You end up bending the wrong way.
So like, show me what you have and why it's different from what other people are trying to do. Break the layers down for me.
Real important concept. I'm not going to stop
30 seconds.
You've got it.
30, I'm timing you, David.
Is this.
30 seconds.
When I create for you a soft mattress that's built in that way, and there's 6 inches of material that's dedicated to providing the soft surface, you end up in a surface which is like this. You will hammock. You will be higher at the head and feet and lower in the center, and if you lay on that either on your back or a side-laying position, that is an unhealthy surface.
Got it.
What we want to do is make it soft without having to need 6 inches or 5 inches of material to get there. We want to take the bottom and move it up. We want to make it so you get into it rather than being onto it quickly, but it doesn't take a 6-inch So what we've created here is an element.
That was pretty good. It was 30 seconds exactly.
All right.
Is this patented?
Yes. Even
how many patents do you have?
What's patented about it is the relationship between the shapes and the size of them and what you're intending to accomplish in terms of feel.
Okay.
You can make it so it's very collapsible and you never hit the bottom, or you can make it kind of balanced, which is what the setting is.
Have you defended the patent before in court?
Never had to. I've prosecuted 28 patents thus far. Won them all.
You won them all. Okay, I want to see where this comes from, the raw material. This is the raw material?
We have to put it on a pretty sophisticated piece of equipment.
Can you show us?
Something that we get, what's curious about it is, how do you get all these shapes? And is it really made in like a waffle iron? And it's not. It's a straight blade that's suspended between a system of rollers around the top that are introduced into the foam with a very sharp blade. There's an up and down axis and a back and forth axis that's created by the table moving back and forth. And so, if you will, it'll trace out the profile of that shape that we were just looking at. Call it the mushroom shape from the side.
How have you funded the company? Was this your baby? You bootstrapped it? I mean,
up to this point, it's just been me, yeah.
No outside money at all?
None at all.
Are you thinking about raising capital?
I believe that at this moment we need to be thinking about that.
And so if you raise, how much in an ideal world would you want to raise?
Well, I had taken a logical next step into a volumetric situation like I've been in before, at maybe 30 to 50 million. We need
so
to raise.
You think you'd want to raise between 30 and 50?
No, we want to raise maybe $2 to $3 million
on a $30 million valuation.
Yes.
So you let's say tomorrow you have $3 million.
Yeah.
Where do you spend it?
Well, we would probably spend a lot of money in our customer service area. We would probably spend money in field sales support, because a part of our program is also that we also sell to retailers, and that's.
Do you have anyone on that team today?
I certainly do.
How many?
I've got about 5 folks that are working with me, and I'm spending most of my time in the field, and we're opening up distribution in traditional brick and mortar mattress shops and furniture stores.
What about this kind of whole production? I mean, like, give me a sense, because I have no idea. This big machine behind us, I mean, what does this thing cost?
Oh, it's a $130,000.
$130,000 machine.
Something like that.
Out of all the machinery in here, dedicated really to mostly Luxy. I mean, are we talking like $1 million a manufacturing?
No, probably $600,000 to $800,000 you put together an assembly line that would keep us active for the next couple of years.
Are there? What is max production per day with the current setup?
Oh, it's double or triple or quadruple what we're doing right now.
Okay, got it. So you could still scale by 4x in terms of sales and still
Absolutely.
do it all here.
Well, we could scale by 4x where we're getting ready to plan expansion through other means.
Yeah.
We also wouldn't really want to do it all in one place, and we don't necessarily feel like we have to do it ourselves. I've got other manufacturing partners.
And you said right now you're doing up to 200 per week here. So you're saying
that's not a lot. That's not really a lot.
But you think you could do about 1,000 a week here?
Oh, sure.
Scaling wise.
Sure.
And if you did 1,000 a week, and you're taking on a queen size, you said on the website it's going for 1,300.
Yes.
And your gross margin.
You're doing all the math now.
I'm going to help you out here, but yeah,
okay,
but just all the physical costs of goods sold.
Yeah.
You're taking 60% there. So on a $1,300 mattress sale, you're bringing about $800 before salaries, before rent, right before any of that stuff.
Well, before marketing expenses.
Yeah.
The cost of acquisition in this segment has gotten so ridiculously out of hand, okay?
No, I get that.
Makes it hard.
I get that, but the 60% number you gave me.
Yes.
Does that include salaries of all the people and the rent on this?
No, that was the off the cost
line.
of goods, right? Yeah. And it was also in reference to our online retailing operation.
So bottom line on a $1,300 sale, what would you take all the way to the bottom line after expenses? Typically?
After it's all said and done, if we can net profit before tax, okay,
yes.
all the way to the bottom, right? If we could do 3 to 5%,
yeah, you're good.
We'd be doing 3 to 5% better than almost everyone we're competing with.
What is Sleep Number, Casper, Purple? What are they at?
Well, they're losing money. They're losing money at a very high rate. That's not their game right now.
You're saying if you can even just stay break even or make maybe $100 a mattress, right? Which would be 8% on a $1,300 sale. You'd be great.
Well, it would be sustainable. It would be something we could bootstrap from.
So I want to sum this up just to make sure I've got it on. I know you're the product kind of genius, not the maybe digital sales or numbers guy. But space like this, you're currently doing about $200 a week times 1,300, so that's about 260 grand. If they're all queen size, obviously probably not, but about 260 grand a week there in sales if you do the full 200. What you're saying is
a $12 million business, right?
Yeah. What you're saying is you think you can actually 4x that with the current lineup and be doing basically $1 million a week in sales. And if you're taking on that, call it 0.03, worst case to the bottom line, like 31 grand to the bottom line. That's a great, you're good to go. You can scale.
You bet.
Now here's the trick, right? See, Casper and Purple, all these companies are losing money because they're taking nothing to bottom line, but their customer acquisition cost is through the roof.
Right.
So walk me through that aspect of the business today. Who focuses on digital and digital marketing in the company?
inside our company.
Inside your company, yeah.
Well, we've relied on third parties for the most part. My daughter and I basically started this project as kind of a father-daughter team project, you know, and Shannon's background is in digital marketing.
Does she still work in the company?
Oh, yes, she does. This is not just another mattress in the box on a line program. We wouldn't necessarily have the mentality that a Casper or Lisa Presto Needle might have, which is that a retail activity might be a means to another end, which is eventually everybody's going to be online. If you don't believe that eventually there's still going to be a very large part of the sale of mattress products that is going to occur in a traditional format in a brick and mortar store where you can touch, feel, and so forth. Tailors
but
with
who
everything.
Goes, I mean, I drive down middle America these days and you see literally strip malls empty. I mean, who actually goes? What if people don't shop for mattresses?
Back up a little bit. What's happened in the last 4 years in this $15 billion market is the number of folks that buy mattresses in a non-traditional way, like online or even in a big box or a catalog online. That was only a 6% number. It's now 22%. It's probably going to get a little bit bigger. But that's
why a little bit? Why not all the bit? Why not? Why can't 100% of mattress purchases happen online in 10
Because
years?
just too many people insist upon the opportunity to see it in person.
So you think these big behemoths are just going to stop? People are just going to, it's going to stop at 22% online purchase markets. It's not going to go bigger than that.
It already has. It's already started to.
You think it stopped?
It's already crested at a certain level.
What makes you believe that, though?
And knowing what the numbers are that are reported to me from inside industry sources.
Do you want to be kind of part of the cooler trend that's happening with the online stuff, or do you want to say absolutely not, shut down the website, all retail?
Oh, absolutely not.
So you want a cool factor?
Because that's what we want to take to the
That's
retailers.
the challenge, by the way. Because no offense, but you're super nerdy and you have amazing technology.
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out, if you have more money, how do we make you really fucking cool? Seriously, it's not easy. But that's ultimately what's driving a lot of these retail brands. I mean, they have this the Purple, what do they have? They have Cinderella dressed up and doing these drop egg things on YouTube ads. And this is what's driving these sales. It's ridiculous.
Right.
I could never see you dressed up as Cinderella dropping eggs in a YouTube thing.
I never felt the need to do that either. I never felt like I wanted to do that.
It's probably good for all of us.
Yeah, realistic point of view, I think in 2 years' time, we can expand on the retail side from where we're at, which is very small number, to 20 million. And I don't think there's any reason why we can't keep pace on the other side.
I want to categorize that for a second. So you're at 5 million run rate today. You'll do 5 million this year. If you raise 3 million before the end of this year, you're saying you think you can deploy that fast enough and quickly enough, where in 2020 you think you do 40 million that year in sales if you raise 3 million before the end of this year.
Yes, and I feel good about Nathan because he's pretty rough, and he comes off like he kind of knows it all before you even get a chance to open your mouth. And the fact of the matter is he's got a real strong presence. He's the kind of folk that I enjoy working around, and I think if we could learn how to operate together, we'd be a hell of a team. So I'd love to have him on board.
I don't want to overcomplicate things. I just kind of want to dip my toe in, get some exposure somehow, and then if it works out well, potentially write bigger checks and get more involved. So what I'd like to do is put $10,000 directly into that campaign.
I think we'd be a good team. All right. So we're not trying to blow out the $400 million run rate competitor, right? We're trying to grow it from some real solid underpinning.
Yeah, and I don't mind stealing a little bit of their lunch. They've spent the money to educate the market. We can steal a bit of their lunch now, and it's great.
That's the best advertising money we can spend.
There's one last condition.
Yeah.
You have to spend some of that money to put some damn air conditioning in this place.
Oh boy, you started that and you're in real trouble.
One thing I look for when I invest in businesses is a product that people have to buy. That's why food is great. Everyone has to eat. But guess what? Everybody has to sleep. And unless people invent some new thing to sleep on, mattress sales are going to continue. And maybe people buy one mattress every 5-10 years. They'll continue on and on and on. So I love doing a deal in this space. I like David and his deep knowledge he has on the technical parts of the mattress. The opening that I see and that I'm going to help the most with is really the online strategy here, and maybe a licensing strategy of this technology and the patent out to Purple, Casper, and these other players. But moreover, I'm excited to be invested in the company. We're going to put in $10,000 and we're going to go from there.